When I was a kid, people used to say, be yourself. One of the things is that peer pressure comes into play. Now, peer pressure does not always come into effect when someone is essentially in a position where other people want you to do a certain thing. Sometimes peer pressure comes in a different form, and that's just you might be an outsider in the group and everybody else is doing it. No one is looking at you to do it too, but you feel sort of obligated to do it based on the fact that people around you are doing it too. They don't even look at you, they don't have to say anything to you, but you're there, and then things happen, and you just sort of feel like you need to. No one said, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And I think that's what most people think peer pressure is. But peer pressure essentially is, where is the gang going? Where is our group of friends headed? What are we doing today? You may not want to go somewhere, do something, anything. And a lot of people will say to you, be yourself. Just be yourself. Every situation, just be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. And that's hard cuz like any situation that's come up in my life where I'm trying to be who I am, every situation that I remember being younger, especially, was so just everything but myself in so many ways. It didn't matter if I was like with friends and we were like, they're like, let's go here. I'm like, I don't want to go there. But I didn't say anything and we went because the whole group was like, oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. And we just followed along. Being a follower, I think, is what people don't understand is being part of peer pressure, where the whole group of people moves along and you just move with the herd because you can't upset the herd. You can't upset the herd because if you stop, all of a sudden the whole like herd turns and looks at you as like, "What's your problem?" That this is peer pressure. I don't think they tell kids that. Peer pressure has always been associated with like drugs, essentially, where your friends are gonna ask you to do something. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, drugs, drugs, drugs. Peer pressure is always a case where it comes to who are the people around you, what do you think of them, what do they think of you, and what are they doing, and how are you going to react to the situation. Now, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you have to do anything other than be yourself, you're not being you. And if you're not being you, well, then you're not happy. And if you're not happy, that just leads to bad things. Absolutely, 100%, no question. But you're going to just feel unhappy about life. Like, that's the worst thing about things. So, if friends are coming at you with, like, substances and stuff, I get the whole, like, peer pressure. But when they come at you with, like, something you don't want to do, and you just don't want to do it, and you want to do something else, if it makes you feel alone to walk away from them for 5 minutes, well, then rethink the whole situation. And then run back, It's like, all right, maybe I sort of want to hang out with you guys. I can't say what you want to do with your life. All I can say is do what you want to do with your life. You know, don't be yourself like the mass people will say to you. I just say, like, if there's something you want to do with your life, if you want to go down that corner over there, rather than hang out with the dudes and their friends over here in this corner over here, go. Because freshman year, maybe sophomore year, they will take a poem by Thoreau and throw it in your face and say, the road that's less traveled by made all the difference. And that's very true. That's very true. It really is. And at that age, you won't understand what that means at all. You'll just be like, that's kind of a good, that's nice. That's nice. But your teachers look at you in the face and go, this is very important to you. You should know this. This is going to be in the final, and you need to know Henry David Thoreau was a very, very prolific author who was just he was a revolutionary in his own ways. But if you want to go that way and everyone else is going that way, dude, go that way. Take the road less traveled by. Go on your own. And most people are like, "Oh, popularity is absolutely essential." Screw popularity. Because you know what? I was not the most popular kid. My first school, I knew everybody. I was the guy. And when I left that school, I knew nobody for a long time. And I found myself. And I knew who I was, like on the inside. But the way people wanted me to act on the outside was so different. It was like lying to myself. Every time if I did anything that anybody else wanted to do, I just felt like I was lying to myself. Because, like, I didn't want to be there, didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. Being yourself is just so different than the norm. It's a game. It's a rough ride. And you'll only find out after experience. Like, that's the only way to know. That's the only way to know. You're better than you think you are. You really are. You're you're the coolest person I've ever met. Like, I promise you. That's what you got to keep saying to yourself, because you look in the mirror and so many people will doubt themselves. But come on. Like, seriously? One day you're going to be like, I was always one of the cool kids because I didn't do what everyone else did. I was one of the cool kids because, like, I had the ability to do something that no one else wanted to do. I was somebody cool because I was myself. And that's when you know, without question, that you are one of the cool kids. But if you want to be one of the cool kids that does everything else that everyone else does and is in the same clubs everyone else is in and does everything else that everyone else wants to do, fine, go ahead. But different's cool.